Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to League Discussion, the series I take your topics, rip them apart, my own opinions and experiences, and encourage you guys to join in the conversation in the comment section below. Now the first thing to say is apologies for my wet hair. I just came out the shower and I like to let it naturally dry. But the second thing is you're probably going to get a bunch of League Discussions for the second video of the day. Again, this time of year is very busy. I've got to record quite a lot in advance while I go away after Christmas, and League Discussions are nice and quick, and I still really enjoy them, as videos, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. So most of them, I'd imagine, will have gameplay in the background, but maybe in a couple days' time, those episodes may not have gameplay. We'll see. But today's episode is going to be just about one topic, and that topic is something that I probably have touched upon before, but never really have gone into detail about, like specifically, and that is the ranked system good? Pretty much that's it. Someone asked that question and I was like, wow, that's a big question. We can go many different ways with that. A lot of people have different opinions about it, so in the comment section below, please feel free to give me your opinion about it. Are you a ranked player? Are you not a ranked player? Why aren't you a ranked player? Why do you prefer normals? What would you want different? Go all out. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I think this is where we can kind of bring into other stuff for this conversation, is talk about why I'm a ranked player and not a normal game player without, just the obvious. Obviously, the obvious is I do YouTube for a job and I do educational content. You can't do educational content in normal games, really. You have to, well, in my opinion, if I'm trying to educate people, I've got to put my own rating on the line to prove that I trust in myself. If I don't trust myself while educating people by playing ranked, why would you trust me? So that's why I play ranked, just the basic. But apart from that, what made me become a ranked player, because in Season 1 and Season 2, I was a normal game player through and through. I think on my main account, I only have something like 3,000 normal games played. But when you go, that's not that many when you've been playing since Season 1. But those 3,000 normal games were pretty much all in Season 1 and Season 2. Like, I haven't really been playing normal games since. So that is quite a lot of normal games when I only played normal games. What made me go from that to become a ranked player? Well, the first thing is, obviously, as I've said before, Season 1 and Season 2, WoW, World of Warcraft was my main game, not League of Legends. So it was partially that. It was partially me kind of thinking, WoW is my main game that I kind of try hard in. League is my fun game that I don't need to try hard. So it was partially that. But when I quit World of Warcraft, what made me kind of jump into ranked? Well, it was kind of like a click moment for me that I was playing normal games even after I quit WoW. It wasn't instantaneous that I went straight into ranked after I quit WoW, but it was kind of like I'm playing normal games, and then I kind of like, what am I gaining from playing normal games? I gain fun or I gain disappointment, whether I win or lose. That's kind of the same. So I gain fun or disappointment. I'm putting time into normal games, and that's pretty much all you get in normals. So time and your enjoyment or your lack of enjoyment if you lose. And then I was like, well, that's about it. Sure, you gain education a little bit in normal games, but most people aren't taking normal seriously. It's not the best place to learn. And then I was like, what about ranked? Well, ranked, I put time into it, so it's the same as normal games. I either feel great if I win, and I feel terrible if I lose. Kind of the same as normal games, but in ranked I can gain rating, and rating can give me kind of cool stuff, border, champion skin, self-worth, if you will, going, oh damn, I got to a high rating. And also people take it more seriously, so I kind of felt when League became my main game, I was like, the best place for me to improve is in the environment that everybody else is trying their best, and that's ranked. So for me, that's kind of what made me become a ranked player, was those just things all together. The time investment and the attitude is relatively the same in normal games and ranked. I felt I put the same amount of time in. I felt good if I won a game in normal. I felt bad if I lost a game, which is the same as ranked, but in ranked I just gained so much more. Even if I lose a game in ranked, I'm still learning, and I'm learning more in ranked than I am normal games because they're tryharding. I can see how people win and stuff like that. And obviously the first season that I took ranked seriously was Season 3. I was a silver player in the little bit of ranked that I played in Season 2. I started taking ranked seriously, and I got to Diamond 1 in Season 3. So just by attitude and kind of, taking ranked seriously, I climbed. And that's what I say. A lot of people that I always see saying that they deserve a higher rating than that. And I look through, like, sometimes I do. I'm curious. I'm a human being. I look through their profile and they play half ranked, half normal games. I'm like, well, that might be part of their problem. Is that when I became a ranked player, I only play ranked. That's all I did. And yes, I had ranked anxiety, but I got over that pretty quickly. When you're kind of forcing yourself to play ranked and ranked pretty much only, it didn't take me long to not really care about ranked anymore when it came to, like, being anxious. And I'll tell you guys right now, as a little bit of an insider thing, there is only one game of the season that I am truly nervous about. And, well, that's a bit of a lie. Like, if I get to Diamond 1 promo again, I'm a bit like, eh. If I ever get to Master promo, I'd be like, oh, God. But truly, there is only one that I know always is a thing, and that is Episode 1 of Unranked to Diamond, the first placement game. I am actually truly nervous about that game of Ranked. The reason for it is because, one, it's on a fresh account. It's unpredictable. You could have teammates that just kind of, you don't know. But secondly, it's more for the YouTube that I'm nervous than the actual game, obviously. I think I never have lost the first game. That might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've never lost the first game. But it's because it's generally the most viewed video of the Unranked to Diamond series is Episode 1. So it's like, this is going to be a big determining factor if people continue watching the series or if they don't. So that's why I've always been nervous about that. And you guys will see it in a couple weeks' time when we do the brand new series. But that's just the basics of, like, the starting conversation, if you will, that you guys can chip into. Because I know a lot of people watch me don't play ranked. They're trying to build that confidence up and then they'll get into ranked. But yeah, let me know. If you are a ranked player, if you're a normal player, if you're a normal player, why don't you play ranked? Go all out. Next thing we're going to talk about is the actual ranked system itself and any things that I think could be slightly different. And also one thing that I know will be coming. There'll probably be 2 people in the comment section that have already typed it. And that is, why isn't the rank system based on performance? And I'm sure all of you could kind of guess what type of person this is. Again, it's partially stereotyping, but it kind of makes sense. The type of person that wants a rank system based on performance is somebody who is not playing to the League of Legends objective. They're playing to a different objective. They're playing to kill people. They're the Riven mains, the Yasuo mains, the Vaynes, the Pantheons. Those are the type of people that want a ranked based off performance, not the actual objective in League of Legends. What they don't understand is where they're playing League for kills and stuff, that's actually the wrong way to play League. When you actually boil down to what you're supposed to be doing in League of Legends, the main objective to the game is destroying the enemy nexus. It's not based on performance. You can win a game of League with negative wins, negative KD, negative everything, but if you kill the enemy nexus, you've won the game. It's not a performance-based game. And that's why League can never be a performance-based thing. It's, one, a team game. It's not a solo game. And secondly, it's not a kill or performance-based video game. It's an objective-based video game, and that's where you're always going to be judged on. Whether you do, in fact, kill the Nexus or force an enemy to surrender before that. But that's why, by the way, it will never be a performance-based system, and it just doesn't belong. Again, the only people that want it to be performance-based are people that are playing League of Legends in the wrong way. Like, they're the people that think they're stuck in a rating because their team is holding them back and all this stuff. And it's really, they're probably holding themselves back because they're playing completely the wrong objective. So that's just a little snippet that I was kind of expecting in the comments section. So hopefully that answers the question before someone's even typed it. But let's talk about the current rank system. So the current rank system is a MMR or a hidden MMR based rank system with a mask of rank on the front cover. So you could be a Diamond 3 player, but really your MMR is different. And that's why a lot of people get confused, because MMR is a weird thing. I'm not going to explain exactly what MMR is, but all I'll say, it's a hidden number that's called MMR's matchmaking rating. It's the actual number behind your rating of why you get teammates, why you're in the game that you are, how much LP you gain, how much LP you lose. Everything is to do with this MMR, that number. And right now, it's a hidden-based MMR system, and a lot of people have said to Riot, why don't you make it just viewable like it used to be? Back in the day, Season 1 and Season 2, the MMR was visible. You could see what MMR you were, because it was a number-based system. Where now you can't, And because it's, you know, your Diamond 3, your Diamond 2, it's not like your 1600 MMR, it's not like your 1800. Like, that's what it used to be. I don't, like, I'm trying to think, why would Riot hide it? And honestly, I don't really know. To me, it could either be one of two things that they could do. Because, by the way, I'm in favor of them showing it to a certain degree. I don't think there's any negatives behind it, because then I think exactly you know where you are and how well you're doing and what your MMR is. Either you could just have your MMR only, like, there's two things on the League of Legends client that is only visible to you. That is your honor level, and that is if you've got a tournament banner for the Clash system. Why make it only available to you, that you know what your personal MMR is, and it just tells you if it's higher than your rating or lower than your rating, or it is your rating? That could be one thing, that it shows you your MMR only for you. Or the second thing, it doesn't actually have to tell you your MMR, but to me, it would be nice if you could get a kind of hint. If you hovered over your badge on your profile, where it's like, for me, it says Diamond 4. If it said, your MMR is higher than your rating, this means you'll gain more rating per victory. Something like that, I think, would help, and it would stop a lot of people getting confused. I think that's just a quality of life change. I don't think it's a negative thing at all. I don't know if Riot would do it. Again, because it's a quality of life change and it doesn't actually affect the game really. It's a thing that Riot could just be like, oh, there's just no point doing it. You know, taking resources to implement that is taking resources from something else. So that's how game companies generally work. But I don't see the negative of doing that. The second thing that I would potentially be like, I'd toy with the idea, is right now, the lower rating you are in ranked, the easier it is to climb for a couple reasons. One, it's a lot easier to skip brackets. So if you don't belong in a rating, it's a lot easier to skip a bracket if, say, you're in gold than it is in diamond. It's near impossible to do it in diamond. But if you're really good, you're on a big win streak, and you go from gold 3 and you're on a crazy win streak, you can jump instantly to gold 1. It's a little bit easier to climb just natural. Obviously, the game in general is easier to climb down there, but just the systems in place is what I'm talking about. Is also making it easier to climb. So one, you've got the skip function down in lower rating that you don't really get in higher rating. But secondly, you have the promo, the automatic win promo thing for lower rating people. I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm suggesting is I think high rating should have an equivalent. So if you're unaware, I think, again, it's from bronze to gold. If you get to a promotion series and you fail that promotion series, but you get back into that promotion series, it will start you with a free win. So it kind of is like, oh, you got to this promo before, you've got back here pretty quick, let's give you a free win, let's try to get you to that rating. Again, helping people climb. You know, Riot is doing pretty much everything they can to help people climb, and yet people still complain. But what I'm suggesting, what I would be interested to see is a similar, not the exact same in high rating, because I think, it should be hard to climb. What I think it should be is if, say, you're a Diamond 1 player and you get 25 wins in Diamond 1, then you qualify for a free promo if you ever drop out of Diamond 1. So, for example, you climb to Diamond 1, you get your 25 victories. It has to be 25 wins, not just 25 games. 25 wins. You then go on a losing streak and you drop down to Diamond 2, but you get back to Diamond 1 promo. Because you had 25 victories in Diamond 1, you start the promo with one free victory. I think that would be kind of good. I don't think there's a negative to it, because there's a couple of things. Firstly, people can go on really good win streaks and people can go on really bad loss streaks. And, you can jump up and down in rating from that. And sometimes a loss streak puts you in a rating you don't deserve. And sometimes a win streak puts you in a rating you don't deserve. So a lot of people's counter will be, yeah, but what happens if they get in a win streak to Diamond 1? They don't actually deserve Diamond 1, and now you're giving them a free win. Well, that's why I say minimum of 25 victories. If they go on a big win streak, get Diamond 1, and then they have to stay in Diamond for minimum 25 victories to get another free promo win, that's kind of hard to do. Like, if you just take the average win rate of 50-50, that means they have to stay in Diamond, Diamond 1, roughly for 50 games with a 50-50 win rate to get that free promo match back into Diamond 1. To me, that wouldn't be a negative, because it's only helping people who do actually belong there anyway. And, like, if you get 25 victories in Diamond 1, you've stayed in there, and you just go on an unlucky loss streak, well, then, you kind of were a Diamond 1 player, and then boom, we'll help you get back there if you get back to the promo. I'd be interested in that. That might be good. And then finally, the last thing, which I'm sure many people have expected me to talk about with ranked, etc., is the different variations of ranked that we have. So right now we've got ranked solo duo, which is the main ranked queue. You've got ranked flex, and that's pretty much it. You've got ranked 3v3s, but apologies, like that, yeah, it's not really, like, Riot kind of forget about it half the time. So what I would want, and again, this is where you can give your opinion, get rid of flex. It's just not worth having, in my opinion. Bring back ranked 5v5s, the actual ladder for 5v5s, and then on top of that have clash. So you have solo, 5v5s, and clash. Because right now, like, some people say, yeah, but they're moving towards this clash thing that looks really good. Can't you just practice in flex? And the answer to that is no. It's terrible. Me and the guys before the tournament tried to practice in flex queue. You may have seen the video. We played 3 flex games. Every single one of them was a complete stomp. 2 of them, people went AFK before the game ended. There's just no practice there, because half the time you may not be against, well, either solo rating and flex rating is different. So you could have a full diamond team in solo queue and they may have platinum MMR in flex, so you're against plat players, so it's just a stomp. Secondly, you may not be against a full 5-man pre-made. It's not a guarantee. You could be against a 3-man and a duo queue, and you'll just beat them up by that. You may have 2 duo queues and 1 solo guy. To me, it's just too messy. If they want to take Clash seriously, they need a proper game mode for practice on that. And the only answer to that is 5v5 ranked. That's the only answer to it. And like, for those that are a little bit like, you can do that in flex, it's like, I just don't think it's worth having flex. Like, from playing a little bit of it and hearing what people say about it when streaming and stuff, everybody treats it as a normal game. Nobody treats it as ranked. So to me, it's just not worth having that whole game mode when we could have ranked 5v5s back. Like, I think Riot, the past couple of years went through that whole phase of, we want people to play together, and they didn't realize either people want to play by themselves, and the majority of players want to play by themselves, or people want to play it in full pre-made. There isn't really an in-between, and the people that are in between don't need a ranked mode, because they're not the serious gamers generally. So flex mode, I would get rid of that. Bring back 5v5. And then the other idea that I could toy with is solo/duo queue. I would toy with the idea of it being just a solo queue. I would toy with the idea. Now, I'm not complaining that it's solo/duo, because compared to dynamic queue, solo/duo is amazing. But it would be interesting if it was only solo, because I know I might be, in the minority here. But again, let me know what you think. But if someone achieves a rating for the first time by duo queuing, I don't see that person as that rating. And I know that's a relatively, maybe elitist way for me to look at it. But if someone gets diamond the first time and they only duoed to diamond and they did their diamond promo with duo queuing, I don't look at that player as a diamond player. I'm like, well, you duoed, well done. Like, can that person 100% say they would get diamond by themselves? And the answer is no. The answer is 100% no. If they have never been to that rating before, and the only time that they got that rating was duo queuing, they can't say they got it by themselves. And I know I can't say they wouldn't get it. Like, oh, you wouldn't get it if you sold. I can't say that either. But the thing that's more important to me is they can't say that they could get diamond by themselves, because they didn't. And again, I think it rubs me the wrong way a little bit, because like, I only solo queue on YouTube. And again, I've got some very good YouTubing friends, and I don't think any of them, I'm pretty sure none of them are guilty of this. But there are some YouTubers out there that have these really high ratings and claims. And 99% of your audience on YouTube doesn't look up your account. They just watch the videos, that's all they do. But if you just took 5 minutes to look at some of these YouTubers, they duo. Like, in this last season, a couple of them achieved brand new ratings. They duoed. And I was like, well, I was close to master and I didn't duo once. So, I don't know. To me, maybe it's a bit more of a personal thing for me. Because, like, I would love to call myself a master YouTuber. And now there are some people out there that can call themselves like a high diamond or a master YouTuber, and they duoed. It's like, well, can you though? Maybe it's just me, but again, I'm not calling anybody out here. It's just kind of like a personal thing that's kind of like ticking in my head. But hopefully I'll get master this upcoming season. But that'll be it. So like, toy with the idea of only solo queue, because then truly you can't like, duo queue with anybody. But then the whole thing which a lot of LCS pros have complained about is LCS pros who are bot lane need to practice together, and they can't even practice at the moment when they're in Challenger. You can't duo queue in Challenger. they only can duo queue when they're in Diamond and Master, and they've complained because they're like, well, I only want to play on my duo queue. But again, LCS pros are very, very small number, which I don't know. You do have to build a system around them. You need your LCS pros to be happy, but they already have the system in place for Challenger. And why do they have that system in place for Challenger? Because it makes the most competitive environment. Everybody's solo. But anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion. Please feel free to join in. I think it's been a pretty good one. It's going to probably have a lot of opinions about different things. But if you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it. Suggest any different topics that you may have down below. And I'll see you guys next time. See you.